Another Premier League fixture, another step closer to the title, guys. A solid 2-0 win at home, and to make things even sweeter, Arteta's Arsenal dropped 2 more points, pushing our lead to 13 points with just 10 league games to go. The finish line is getting closer. Now, we don't know if it was real or just internet nonsense, but did you guys see those alleged comments from Arteta? Apparently, he claimed that Arsenal are the better team just because they picked up more points against Nottingham Forest than we did. We're not sure if he actually said that, but if he did, well, let's just say the wheels might be falling off somewhere in London. But here at Panenka, we like to keep the focus on our own team and our own players, so let's get back to our game. No one expected an easy ride against Newcastle, who are one of the most physical and direct teams in the league. Despite the comfortable 2-0 scoreline, this match was anything but simple. They fought, pressed, and tried to make life difficult for us, but in the end, we hit them where it hurt the most, using their own weapons against them. So if you missed the game for whatever reason, or if you just want to learn how we punish the Magpies using their own trick, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Now, let's jump into the video. As always, let's start by going through the lineup. No real surprises here. Alisson took his usual spot between the posts, with Kostas Tsimikas stepping in at left back for Andrew Robertson. At the heart of the defence, Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate partnered up, while Trent Alexander-Arnold completed the backline on the right. In midfield, Ryan Gravenberch sat at the base, with Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai operating as the advanced eights. And up front, it was Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, and of course the inevitable Mohamed Salah leading the attack. From the very start, Newcastle's approach was clear. While they're usually known for their aggressive, high-intensity pressing, marking man-to-man all over the pitch, Eddie Howe seemed to take a more cautious route this time. Rather than their usual 4-1-4-1 mid-block, Newcastle dropped into a deeper 4-4-2 shape, which at times even morphed into a compact 5-3-2 low block. They were clearly trying to stay organised and frustrate us, but we had a plan to counter it. In our high build-up phase, we set up in a 4-1-5 structure, with the backline stretching wide, while the fullbacks took turns pushing high and holding the width. Up front, the attacking five kept interchanging positions, constantly looking to drag Newcastle's defenders out of shape and create gaps to exploit. This early setup allowed us to sustain pressure in the opening 5 to 10 minutes as we probed for openings. Trent Alexander-Arnold, who completed 16 successful passes in that spell, could have been the key to unlocking Newcastle's defensive block. Positioned just outside of it, he constantly looked to slice through their lines with his incisive passing, aiming to pick out Gravenberch and Szoboszlai between the gaps. Now, while we had full confidence that our sustained pressure would have eventually broken Newcastle down, we didn't even have to wait that long because we ended up punishing them with their own weapon instead. Every time Newcastle won possession in their own half, they immediately looked to spring forward with quick counters, launching balls in behind for Callum Wilson to chase. But what they might not have realised is that Arne slots Reds, while patient in possession, are arguably the most dangerous team in the league when it comes to transition play. And in this game, we made sure they felt that firsthand. Here you can see Newcastle launching an attack straight from a throw-in. They actually managed to work the ball into our defensive third and create a dangerous situation. But if you're going to commit 5 or more players forward against us, you'd better be ready to deal with the consequences. Now take a closer look at those Newcastle attack sequences we just showed you. Notice anything? There's one Liverpool player who tracked all the way back following Newcastle's attack. It's Dominic Szoboszlai, or as we like to call him, the lungs of this Liverpool squad. Our number 8 tracked back to help out defensively and make sure we had the numbers to win the ball back. But his job didn't end there. The moment we regained possession, the Hungarian was already on the move, sprinting up the pitch, not just for the sake of running, but with real intent. First, he scanned the field, spotted the vacant space, and attacked it. Then, as he reached the penalty box, he adjusted his run to slip onto his marker's blind side. And to top it all off, he pulled off a sudden stop, creating just enough separation to receive the ball and set himself up for the perfect strike. Dominic is finally getting the recognition he deserves for his relentless hard work on the pitch. 2 goal contributions against City, another goal against Newcastle, he's stepping up when it matters. And if his final third output keeps improving, we might just have one of the most complete midfielders in the world on our hands. But even if the goals and assists don't come consistently, his movement, off the ball work, and ability to create space for others are absolutely crucial. He helps Liverpool breathe in so many ways. Going back to the game from that point on, the game game turned into more of a physical battle than a tactical one. And if Newcastle are considered one of the most physical sides in the league, then Arne Slot's Reds are the most physical side in the league. We didn't just dominate possession when needed, enjoying 62% of the ball and outshooting Newcastle 12-3, reflecting our territorial control, we also completely outworked them off the ball. Our midfield and forward line pressed in unison, suffocating Newcastle's ball carriers and cutting off their passing lanes. We won the majority of duels, both on the ground and in the air, making sure they never settled into a rhythm. And while Newcastle still posed the occasional threat on the counter, they struggled to find a way through. This was our game to control, and we made sure of it. This relentless pressure and hard work forced Newcastle into mistakes, rushing their passes and completely disrupting their rhythm. A perfect example, our second goal, which started from a turnover created by our press. Here you can see two of our players swarming Tonali, forcing him into a tough spot. McAllister, who covered serious ground to get there, read the play brilliantly, stepping in to intercept the pass and launch a dangerous transition. Wasting no time, he drove forward with urgency, carrying the ball into the final third before laying it off to Salah. And man, how magical has our Egyptian king become? Seriously guys, if anyone ever tells you Salah is too robotic or not entertaining enough, just show them a compilation of his assists. His creativity is easily one of the most underrated aspects of his game. For this assist, he toyed with two Newcastle defenders, dragging them left and right before slipping the ball back to McAllister with a cheeky outside of the boot flick. And he wasn't done there. Just moments later, he nearly set up Luis Diaz with another outrageous Trivela pass, something that has practically become his signature move in recent years. They say attack wins you games, but defense wins you titles. Luckily this season we've got both, and in this game the Reds showed exactly why. Every time we lost possession, we were quick to drop back into shape, making it nearly impossible for Newcastle to find a way through. Our well-drilled offside trap was key, catching Newcastle's runners at crucial moments, including Wilson, who was flagged offside on his one clear breakaway. Other than that, there really wasn't much to worry about from them. We kept their threat to a minimum and controlled the game from start to finish. Now let's just hope that's exactly how the EFL Cup final unfolds. And just like that, another massive 3 points in the bag as we edge closer to the Premier League title. This was another statement win, one that showed not just our attacking quality, but also our defensive discipline, physicality, and ability to control games in every phase. Arne Slot's Reds are proving to be a nightmare for opponents, whether in possession, on the counter, or pressing high up the pitch. Newcastle gave it a fight, but in the end, they simply couldn't cope with our intensity. From Szoboszlai's relentless work rate to Salah's creative brilliance, every player played their part in this win. And as we look ahead, the momentum is only building. With the EFL Cup final just around the corner and a clash with PSG sooner, this performance is exactly what we needed. A perfect mix of resilience, dominance, and efficiency. But what do you guys think? Which player impressed you the most in this game? And do you believe this team has what it takes to go all the way in every competition? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a breakdown. Until next time.